What's up guys, my name is Ivan Baldovinos, and on this channel I provide tips, tricks, advice, and strategies for your graduate school applications. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. In this video, I am going to share with you the process I use to develop my yearly goals. Yearly goals are important for your personal, educational, and professional growth. The first thing that you want to do is create or develop a tangible visualization of your goals. What I use to set my goals is actually the Notes app on my iPhone. So every single time I think of a goal that I want to set for the new year, which this year is 2021, I jot down those ideas on my notes on my iPhone. That way I can go back in there and develop them as we go through the year or before the year even begins. The reason why it's important for you to visualize this goal is because you want to make sure that you're able to go back and edit these goals throughout the year or modify them in whatever ways that you need to modify them. Some of the other methods that you can use to create this visualization of your goals is using a vision board. You can also just jot them down in a journal. You could use different apps that are more geared towards goal setting. You can also just put them on a whiteboard, as well as just jot them down on sticky notes and then put those in a place where you are able to see them. I would say monthly is a good way to go about it, so you should review your goals monthly. That way you see if you're close to achieving them or on track to achieve your goals. So after you have developed or thought about a method to visualize your goals, the next step is writing down your goals. So usually what I do is I just jot down all my ideas and not even think about anything, just jot them down. Just kind of like a word dump, just jot down your notes, just like a free write. Then what you want to do once you're done with your free write is you want to develop categories. Categories are going to help you stay focused on the goals, and they're going to help you meet every goal and show growth in different sectors of your personal life. Usually what I do is I break it down into at least 3 categories. One of them is going to be a personal growth category. The other one is going to be a graduate school goal, because as many of you know, I am a first year PhD student, so I want to make sure that I have goals for that aspect of my life. And the last thing that I want to also make goals for is my YouTube channel. So at the end of this video, towards the end, I will share all of my goals that I have so far for 2021. Something important to know or to remember is that each category should have at least 5 goals. Because we have a full year, 12 months, so 5 goals should be attainable. So the next part of the process is setting SMART goals. So what does SMART goals means? SMART goals means that they are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So I'm going to provide you with some examples on how to create a SMART goal. 2 of these are the ones that I plan to achieve in 2021. So the first one is, I plan to write a strong final research paper for my advanced qualitative research course in order for me to publish that paper into a community college centered journal in the summer of 2021. So as you can tell in my example, I was very specific. It was in a timely fashion. I have when I want to publish it. So in 2021, I chose a course that I'm going to take in the winter quarter in order for me to work on a final project that I can publish in a journal. And I spoke about a community college journal in particular because I want to make sure that my voice is heard in community college journals. The next goal is, I plan to create 2 YouTube videos per week in order to achieve my goal of growing my channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the 2021 year. So as you can tell in this example, I was very detailed. I put in numbers, so I said that I want to achieve 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I also said that I was gonna try to produce 2 videos per week versus the one that I've been doing in the last 6 months. And so that's gonna help with my growth of the channel. Alright, so now I'm gonna share with you my 2021 goals in the 3 categories that I had shared earlier. So my YouTube channel goals, my personal growth goals, as well as my graduate school goals. So I'm gonna look down on my computer just that way, I share with you all my goals. Let's get started. So my first category is my YouTube goals. So I put down that I want to create 2 videos per week, and the way that I'm going to structure this is that I want one video to be like a grad school applications tips video, and then my second video is going to be more on my graduate school experience, because I am a graduate student right now, I'm a PhD student. So I want to make sure that my PhD or the current students that are subscribed to my channel are gaining some value in terms of, like, you know, how am I navigating my PhD program, how am I you know, dealing with difficult classes, how am I conducting research and publishing that research. So I want to share that aspect of my life as well, instead of just application tip videos. Also, because we are ending the application season in the next couple of months, the next couple of videos I'm going to be sharing is, you know, the interview phase. I'm also going to be sharing the funding packages I received when I was applying for PhD programs. That way you're able to learn how to read an award package for your PhD programs, and to decipher if that's a good program for you to get into, depending on the funding and some other aspects of, you know, the graduate school application process and the program and the institution. So I'm going to be breaking those down in the next couple of months after we're done with the application season. My next goal is that I want to grow to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. As you can tell right now, I'm like around 150 subscribers. I do want to make sure that I provide value and, you know, gain an audience, because I have a lot of other ideas, but I feel like I need a bigger audience for me to be able to you know, employ those ideas. So one of the ideas is maybe going live and having some sessions where I review all of your statement of purposes, or some of your statement of purposes on a live session, like a workshop. That way you're able to gain some value, and you know, you're more interactive with me. I also want to produce, you know, some type of online product that's going to help you with your application process, before, during, and after that process. That way you're able to have the best success in your graduate school applications. With that said, I also want to get monetized. You know, I want to grow this channel and be able to provide other aspects of the you know, graduate school application process, and I feel like I need to make a little bit more money on this channel. That way I'm able to produce that, maybe buy some better equipment. Right now I am using my iPhone to film most or all of my videos, and I want to be able to, you know, buy other products that are going to help me enhance this channel and provide as much value as I can for you as a graduate school applicant, but also during your graduate school experience. And then finally, for this section, I want to create a graduate school resource website. That way you are able to go in there and learn about the process, everything I talk about here on YouTube. And you know, I want to provide the examples of the statement of purposes on there, but I also want to provide other resources like fellowships and things that you can apply to while you're a graduate student, and then just some other tips that I want to provide in a tangible space. And so I want to create this website. I'm thinking of doing it during my breaks, because when I do have my graduate school work, it is challenging for me to do YouTube, graduate school, my jobs that I have, as well as you know, this website. So I want to start creating it this winter break, and then doing it again in the spring break, as well as, and then in the summer, hopefully I have it fully fleshed out and ready to go for the next application season. Alright, so our next goals are the graduate school goals. So my first goal is to work on research projects. You know, this is my first quarter in my PhD program, and I'm still easing my way into graduate school PhD level work, and so I wasn't as involved with you know, research projects in my department. So one of my goals for the next couple of quarters, and then also for the fall of 2021, is to get involved in more research projects with my research mentor. That way I'm able to produce more quality research work, as well as publishable articles, because I want to build my resume and start preparing for my next career move once I'm done with the PhD. So getting involved in more research projects is going to help me achieve that goal. Another one of my goals is to publish an article, at least one research article in a journal. And so I want to, you know, like I mentioned earlier, build my resume. I want to get known in the field. I also want to be able to connect with other people in my niche. And so I want to get involved in more research projects. That way I'm able to produce and publish more research articles throughout the year. My goal for this year is at least one article, because it does take time to produce a high quality publishable article. So my goal is one, but then the next year, my year 2, I want to be able to produce at least 2 to 3. So I want to build my skills now to be able to publish more than one article in the next couple of years in a faster manner. I also want to apply for a summer research internship because at this point in my educational career, I am not sure if I want to be a faculty member, so a professor, or if I want to work in industry, so either in higher education administration or some type of nonprofit. So I want to make sure that I build my skills on both ends, the research and teaching skills as well as the practical skills. So I want to see if I can get an internship, a practical internship in education in the summer. That way I can build those skills and build those connections. I also want to work on fellowship applications because who doesn't want free money for college? And when you get these fellowships, it actually opens up more doors for yourself because it makes you a more credible applicant, because most of these fellowships are competitive, so it makes you a more credible person and professional. And so I want to make sure that I work on these essays to give me the best chance of getting a fellowship. Also within this fellowship, they're going to provide me with funding, which means I don't have to work. Right now, how my funding is structured, I have to work at least 20 hours to be able to make ends meet. So for my groceries, my rent, and my other expenses, as well as my tuition, I have to work at least 20 hours. By getting a fellowship, I will not have to work and I can devote more time into my research projects and other projects that I have, like YouTube, if I do get a fellowship. So I want to work on these essays, make them stronger during the summer, and be able to submit those in that fall for the next following year. And then my final goal for this section is I want to start planning my courses for my second year of my PhD program. My PhD program is structured that in the first year, I take classes that they want me to take. So program specific classes. In the second year, I have more flexibility of where I take them and how I take them. So the cool thing about the University of California, San Diego is that I can cross-register at any UC school in the system. So I want to take classes at UCLA in their higher education program. That's what I'm working that's what my PhD is focused on. So I want to, start planning out which classes I want to take in which quarters at UCLA for the second year. Okay, let's move on to my last category of goals, and that's the personal goals. I already know that this section is going to evolve throughout the year because right now I don't have that many goals, but I know I have more personal goals that I want to set. So one of them is I want to work out 4 times per week for at least 30 minutes. So in the last couple of months, I have not been working out, and I feel like I need to just start that process again. That way I'm able to have more energy. And also I do play and compete in beach volleyball tournaments during the summer, so I want to prepare my body for that rigorous task. I want to develop healthier eating habits. I feel like since March I have just been eating out a lot and not eating healthy, so I want to make sure that I start developing those skills and that habit. I want to start eating more vegetables, drinking less soft drinks, and eating less, junk food. And so I want to start that process in the new year. Another one of my goals is that I want to compete in more beach volleyball tournaments. So one of the things that I do for fun is I play beach volleyball, or really any sport, but beach volleyball has been one of my favorite things that I have done every summer. And so I want to compete in more tournaments. Usually I compete in about 3 tournaments in the summer, but I do want to compete in more because that just keeps me motivated, and I really enjoy playing beach volleyball tournaments. And then my last goal for now, for my personal goals, is I want to travel abroad somewhere. So I haven't shared this on my channel yet, but I already been to 15 countries, and I just have that travel bug, and I have missed traveling. And so I definitely want to travel once it's safe to do so. Hopefully this summer I'm able to go to, let's say, Thailand and stay there for like the whole summer, 3 months, work on my research, because through my program I did get already a summer research fellowship, and so I have a stipend that I can utilize. And so my plan is to go somewhere abroad and work on my project. I want to do like an extended literature review, so it would be fun to go to Thailand and just work on my projects there, and then travel, this Southeast Asia. So those are some of my goals for this the 2021 year. Yeah, and as you can tell, I do want to say that these goals are not SMART goals yet. So my next process is writing down SMART goals, and they're already on my iPhone and my notes app, but I want to make sure I develop those and make them SMART. That way I'm able to achieve them in a timely fashion. And I do plan to add more to my goals that I have listed today, because I do have more that I want to achieve. But I also want to be realistic with myself. Am I gonna have the time to achieve every one of those goals? You want to make sure that that these goals are going to be attainable. Don't have these grandiose, goals, because you want to make sure it gives you confidence when you can achieve a goal. So make sure that they are attainable within the year or in the next couple of months. All right, so that wraps up my video on goal setting. I hope you learned something today, some tips, and I hope you start developing your own goals for 2021, whether you are going to focus on 3 categories or just one. Focus really on maybe your graduate school goals for the next year. So once you get into the program, what do you plan to achieve when you're there? When I was at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, for example, that's a 9-month program. So you don't have that much time to think about what you want to do. So use this time now to think about what do you want to achieve in your graduate school program, and jot those ideas down now. I would suggest that you maybe just focus on your personal growth and your graduate school goals, because those are a great way to start. And if you have more categories, definitely add on those. I just wanted to say thank you for the support, Happy New Year, and I will see you next year in 2021.